Imagine this. You're walking through a busy city on a completely normal day. Cars are moving, people are talking, and the world feels perfectly stable. But suddenly, every molecule of oxygen on Earth disappears. Not for an hour, not for a minute, just 10 seconds. And those 10 seconds would change everything.
The moment oxygen disappears, every combustion engine on Earth stops instantly. Cars stall in the middle of the road, factories shut down, and thousands of airplanes in the sky suddenly lose their engine power. And the world begins to realize something is terribly wrong.
The same moment, the human body begins to react. Your brain uses nearly 20% of the oxygen in your body. Without it, brain activity drops rapidly. Within seconds, dizziness spreads across the crowd.
Effects don't stop with engines and people. Oxygen makes up 21% of Earth's atmosphere. When it disappears, atmospheric pressure drops instantly. The sky begins to change, and the planet itself starts reacting.
Just a few seconds, the effects become impossible to ignore. Oxygen is essential for brain function. Without it, the brain can't maintain consciousness. Across the street, people begin collapsing one after another.
Now the city begins to fall silent. With oxygen gone, the human brain can no longer stay conscious. Across streets and sidewalks, people lie motionless. In less than 10 seconds, an entire city can fall completely quiet.
Something else begins to change. Oxygen makes up more than 20% of Earth's atmosphere. Remove it, and the balance of the sky itself begins to shift. Light scatters differently, and the sky above the city slowly starts to darken.
As oxygen disappears, atmospheric pressure begins to shift. Air becomes thinner, and unstable currents begin to move through the city. Dust lifts from the streets, and sudden winds sweep through the silent buildings.
But the atmosphere isn't the only thing changing. Oxygen normally reacts with many materials on Earth. When it suddenly disappears, some metals begin behaving differently. Tiny reactions appear, and sparks start flashing across the silent city.
But the effects of disappearing oxygen extend far beyond the city. The oceans are connected to the atmosphere above them. As pressure shifts, the balance between air and water begins to change. Across the surface of the sea, strange reactions begin to appear.
Something even stranger happens. Oxygen helps scatter sunlight in the atmosphere. Without it, the sky begins losing its bright blue color. Darkness slowly spreads above the city, and suddenly, stars begin appearing in the daytime sky.
By now, the entire world is in confusion. Across cities everywhere, engines are silent. Streets are frozen in time, and millions of people have suddenly lost consciousness.
High above the Earth, another disaster is unfolding. Jet engines rely on oxygen to burn fuel. Without oxygen in the atmosphere, every airplane engine suddenly shuts down.
Suddenly, oxygen returns. But it doesn't come back quietly. Air rushes violently back into the atmosphere, sending powerful shockwaves of wind across cities around the world.
When oxygen finally returns, the damage becomes clear. Across cities everywhere, chaos unfolds. Vehicles have crashed, infrastructure is damaged, and the world begins to realize what just happened.
As oxygen returns to the atmosphere, people slowly begin waking up. Confused and disoriented, millions realize something extraordinary has just happened.
10 seconds without oxygen nearly brought civilization to chaos. Cities collapsed, engines failed, and millions fell unconscious. But the real question is, if 10 seconds could do this, what would happen if oxygen disappeared for an entire minute?